when I did slash join, Craig's like, "You don't have permission," and then Craig popped in. I'm like, "Huh?" Like, "Okay, you don't lie to me." That was oh my god, stupid. Whatever. Whatever, Craig, do your thing.
Okay, welcome back to the Gamer Gear podcast. Very special episode today. We got Jax Bazaar, Black Locust, and Rishi. And
Okay.
if you haven't watched the last episode, we were going over the Pokemon leaks, and so there has been much more that has come out since we last covered it. So apparently among Us either has or Among Us.
Mm.
Course
Let's
it would be Among Us.
yeah, you know the Pokemon Among Us.
My favorite.
This is
Exact.
cursed.
There's either a new form or a new evolution.
Hmm.
Same with Wigglytuff. And you can see there Wigglytuff has yellow eyes. These screenshots are really low quality.
Oh my god, it's like my fingernail how small it is. Oh my god. Enhance.
Oh yeah, and there's a new Girafarig form. That's probably an evolution, I would imagine. Like that just looks like an evolution right there.
He's wearing a hat.
All right, there will be a new flamingo Pokemon. We're just going through all of these. Okay, okay. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to introduce 3 new mechanics slash gimmicks because every single Pokemon generation has to have gimmicks. That's discarded the next generation.
The first gimmick is on the Switch.
All right, the crystallization seems to be the main gimmick of the region. All Pokemon can use it, and most NPCs use it in game. It is activated by a new ball-like item. Let's see.
Hmm. Like they turned to crystal, or
I
they got
guess
crystal powers, like Final Fantasy, emo Pokemon. Like what we
that's
getting?
all we know.
No, the leaks failed us.
And the second leak is the new forms. We don't know what they are. So that's just retreading on Amoonguss and Wigglytuff.
Yeah.
And the third is are fakes, but we don't know anything about it yet.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the leaker says that the okay, wait. The leaker says that has found out data for many Pokemon that currently don't appear in the game, and leftover data from Pokemon Legends and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So chances are that's just gonna be DLC.
What do you think the name of the DLC would be? What do you think? What's another thing similar to Scarlet and Violet? What do we?
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, the DLC for Sword and Shield was just the Brilliant Tundra and
Well,
whatever.
yeah.
So it's just like new areas to explore, and
Well,
that's the name
I'm
of it.
I'm trying to think of like the name because we had the Isle of Armor or whatever. Obviously, sword, shield, and armor.
Oh yeah,
Hmm. It might just be another color. That or they'll call it DLC 1, DLC 2.
Tangerine.
Let's go.
Lemon
Uh,
Squad.
Pokemon Lemons.
okay. We're reading these in chronological order. Part 4: the Jigglypuff is an ancient form. The crystallization gimmick seems to power up types, so it's like gaining an additional stab. For example, you can power up Pikachu to get a fire type boost, but it won't get the additional weaknesses. Okay, this is actually very interesting
Hmm.
because it doesn't seem to be flashy enough to be, like something as a selling point. This seems like it would be strictly for competitive.
It's like you have like a fire crystal and you can do a fire. Your attack is like got fire with it. Is that what it seems like, or the in it like?
So I'm assuming, say I have a Snorlax with a fire type move. If I use it without the crystal, it won't have the stab bonus. Or
Okay.
same. Okay, that was redundant. Same type attack bonus. That's what stab is for everybody in the audience, and chances are
Mhm.
in this chat.
Oh, I thought we were talking about London.
so, so the same type attack bonus would apply once you. I'm assuming it would be a held item. It's like, take the fire crystal. Your fire type moves get stabbed. Let's see. There are lots of mistranslations going around regarding the gimmick, and the reality is that nobody knows for sure what it's exactly gonna be. So take it with a grain of salt. When the Pokemon returns to its Pokeball, the crystallization ends. So chances are, so it might be one-use items. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe something you have to grind up.
Yeah. So it once it returns to the Pokeball, it's so you like say in competitive battle, if you were to use it, you have to commit to that Pokemon because if you're just switch out, then Pokemon loses the crystal.
Mhm.
Oh, gyms can be done in any order. However, there is no scaling. Okay, I like how it gives you the options for exploration.
That'd
Scaling
be
would have
cool.
been preferred. Scaling would
Maybe,
have been preferred because there's obviously just a correct way to do things, unless there's two gyms that are the exact same levels.
yeah. Hmm. I mean, more freedom. That's what they've always wanted to do anyway. So it's a step in the right direction.
You must clear 3 routes/quests to see the ending. Those are not past, present, future. We don't know what they are exactly. You can re-battle gym leaders.
Replayability.
Eh, Dude, why isn't rebattling gym leaders just in every Pokemon game?
Yeah, that would be fun.
because
Well,
Nintendo is allergic to making money.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of work. Where? It's too hard.
Hypno is back, but doesn't have a new form.
No.
Bidoof,
No, my God. Don't
Bidoof,
need.
Beedrill are not in the game.
Oh my God. It's the greatest.
Apparently, you can play soccer with Pokemon.
Of course.
Okay, and in the next tweet, Central League says the soccer thing is not true. Please
Oh.
ignore it. Lechonk's evolution has a gender difference.
Ooh, that's different than last time. What they said.
So,
Ooh.
okay, does that mean it's a straight up split evolution? Because we haven't
Because
seen that in quite a long time, or is it
because
just like
because it mentioned
different
that
sprite?
he would. It said that Lechonk would turn to like a very ugly, like a ugly one, but it referred to her as a she. So maybe if it's female, it turns to like some ugly thing, and then if it's a male, it turns to like some kind of Chad looking thing.
All right,
It's kind of based.
for real.
'Cause the league said it was like a very ugly Pokemon. So I like the
Yeah.
idea of seasonal or gendered Pokemon. Their evolution is different. I really like that idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to know if it's like straight up, split evolution, like Snorunt, or if it's gonna be, say, just like what were the Gen 6 cat Pokemon?
I don't know Pokemon names, so don't expect me to say the names off the top of
Okay,
my head.
no, don't worry. We can truncate the silence later.
Don't
What
worry, we can edit it out. We can edit it out. It's not even here. You won't
What?
even know what we're talking about.
Okay, Meowstick.
I just pulled it up like absolutely if I was an Esper.
Yeah, Meowstick and Esper, because they're the
And
same Pokemon, but just different models, and I think slightly different stats.
they both look fantastic.
Yeah, so one of them is not ugly.
One's got a hat on.
I'm
One's just
pretty
got
sure.
no
I'm pretty
hair.
sure because the male one has different stats. Like the male is basically useless in competitive battle.
I see
Uh,
Meowstic.
Oh, and they have different hidden abilities too. Yeah, so there is quite a few differences. Okay, Mimikyu and Magikarp in it are in, but not Applin. There are no difficulty options. The Elite Four is back. There are classes, exams, and interviews in the game.
That's
Why can't
cool. More busy work.
man? If only we ever had difficulty options.
That's John said he wouldn't play one unless it was had like a hard mode. So I guess he's never going to touch Pokemon.
You know what Pokemon game has hard mode?
Oh, what one does it? The Manic Mechanic.
Black and White 2,
One of the best Pokemon games ever.
the best Pokemon game.
Top three.
Also, apparently there's a hammer Pokemon, or at least one that uses a hammer.
Oh man, or we have a hammer Pokemon and a Pokemon and they like Slowpoke and they hold it and then they evolve into. We need more Pokemon to like. We just need more weird evolution types. Like, if he picks up this hammer, the hammer somehow transforms with him and he evolves into a completely blank. That's cool. I want stuff like that. Give us some more. Pokemon do
Split
better.
evolution. Pokemon, yeah. Yeah, if there's like any sense that perfectly encapsulates like the last 6 years of Pokemon. It's literally just do better Pokemon.
Or release a new Switch so the Pokemon can actually run. Because like they won't regardless if like a Pokemon game runs bad or not, they're not going to get docked. People aren't going to, you know, I mean, like, like a game like Pokemon is turn based, so it running bad isn't the biggest of issues, but it's still an issue. Like Sun and Moon, I had like on the the new 3DS XL, but a lot of people said like on the regular 3DS, like Sun and Moon just ran bad. Like
Yeah,
it was horrible.
yeah, that's why they removed triple battles in Sun and Moon.
Pathetic.
'Cause
I didn't get that far in Sun and Moon. That's why it held my hand too long and I quit.
Sounds like Mass Effect 3.
yeah, just about.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. From July 15th, Central leaks tweets. Okay, there's currently a big mess regarding the new Scarlet Violet gimmicks. It's not totally clear at this point, especially as we have two leakers using their own different terms to refer to the same mechanics. So the old leaker mentioned the main gimmick is crystallization, are fakes, new concept Pokemon. The new leaker has mentioned crystallization and ancient clones of Pokemon.
Mm. Or like
Oh,
the gimmicks in every Pokemon, like when it comes over to America or English, is like the same. Like it's like Mega Evolutions in Japanese. Is it's called Mega Evol? Like are they like the same? Like Dynamax, like are they just named differently? Because we could just see
Oh,
what
you
they
mean the
say
same
in.
dialect?
So like, because isn't Dynamax like just something different in Japanese, and we just like they just chose a name that sounded cool in America or for English, because like this ain't
probably.
because like ancient or they could like, oh, this isn't ancient, this is old school Pikachu. They could, who knows what they say when they come over here.
Yeah. So okay, did you want you saying that just made me realize there's people in the world that refer to Z moves as Z moves.
I know it's okay. We don't talk to them.
Okay. So this is our current understanding of the three gimmicks. Crystallization is used by most NPCs, changes the look of your Pokemon, and boosts a specific type that you can choose. So it gains additional stab. So okay, this is including this can go on top of same type attack bonus. So
Hmm.
so imagine fire type with stab with crystallization. Okay, our fakes are regional fakes. Yet another type of clones. These are a small group of new Pokemon that, for meme reasons, look ridiculously similar to existing Pokemon. For example, Diglett apparently has a water type clone slash fake, an eel that behaves and whose face looks like Diglett. Huh. Weird. This is yeah, that just made it a little weird.
So I'm looking real quick. So Z moves, Mega Evolution, and Dynamax all seem to be the same in Japanese as in America. So maybe ancient and crystallization might be what they keep. I guess I don't know how much they change in Pokemon games when they bring them overseas. I don't know how much they change, but it seems to be the same for moves or certain moves. Names change, but like Pokemon names change, but it seems that the gimmicks are
Yes.
the same.
Yeah, same with the jelly-filled donuts.
Yeah, back in the '90s, it was a lot different. In red blue, Generation One, the old man that just needs his coffee. He was passed out drunk in the Japanese version.
Funny.
All
That's
right,
awesome.
more leaks. Tauros has a new regional form. Trainer
Ooh.
customization is more limited. All clothing options are school uniforms.
Well,
Wow.
it was good while it lasted. Stayed here to the very beginning of our journey.
I mean, we still have school uniforms, so there's that.
I guess depends on how many it is, but I would figure they're like, okay, let's add a little bit new each time, but it's just not a priority for them, which is obvious. It's never been a priority for the parents of your character.
Yeah, I mean, X and Y, it was kind of like, oh yeah, France, they do a lot of beauty stuff. And then immediately in the remake, it's like we have to preserve the characters. So we couldn't customize Brendan or May.
Yeah, it is what it is. They don't care about us.
The main game took 60 hours to the leaker. A child becomes one of the Elite Four. There's a bonding quest that Eevee fans will enjoy. That sounds a little sus. There aren't any cameos from old characters in the main story. Maybe Game Freak is done pandering to Kanto.
Oh no. Let's go back to Unova. Let's go back to that place.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like going back to Kalos would make sense
I'm
because
surprised they just didn't do a Let's Go too. That's what I'm more shocked about because that's like the safest, easiest of development game they could have ever made. Let's Go. I don't know.
Johto.
Yeah, that would have sounded like the easiest thing to make. Easiest, they don't like working hard, so it seems like the most reasonable thing to do. But once again,
Wha- What if we got a Let's Go game that takes place in the region that the GameCube's game fuck, I can't speak right now.
a stadium,
No, not the GameCube games. Or
Gale of the Darkness.
Gale of Darkness, yeah.
I own that game. I've never touched it.
I'm pretty sure I think the region it takes place in is the Orr region. Like ORRE. But don't quote me on that.
Hmm.
The ancient forms are completely different Pokemon with a different Pokédex number and name. They are not just forms.
Ooh.
Both the original Pokemon and the fake/ancient versions are in the game. It sounds like the ancient versions are standalone Pokemon based on the original line. They don't evolve. So,
Mhm.
so these aren't regional forms. These aren't the same Pokemon. They're just bootlegs, bootleg
Mm,
Pokemon.
a game theory.
All fossil Pokemon are not back. There's no bike in the game. Instead, you ride Corridon/Miradon. I'm assuming those are the legendaries. When riding, you move very fast and you can still catch and battle Pokemon. You can also climb, swim, and fly with them. There's no fishing in the game. There's a new auction house where you can buy items, not sell. You participate with other NPCs. Okay, wait, correction. Earlier in the thread, we said ancient Pokemon don't evolve. That seems to be a mistranslation, so ignore that. We don't
They
know.
super evolve. Oh no. DLC evolve.
Camera is still controllable in battle. Leaker says the music is 10 out of 10.
Interesting.
Palmy's evolution is electric/flying. Okay, I'm starting to feel like we should just spin this off into its own episode.
I swear I was to say once you're done, hey, maybe we should just like have this be its own thing because it seems to be pretty long. Like I was gonna suggest it at the very end.
But be honest with you, I'm kind of clueless here.
Okay. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Leaks Part 6.
Oh my god.
Small evolution is a olive tree. Fuecoco's evolution is not bipedal. So far, so good. There's no third legendary this generation.
Ran out of time.
no, just no third legendary. That's
Yeah.
what?
They didn't
What
have
is
a big
that?
enough budget.
I mean, that's basically the first time since Gen 2, because, I mean, you really can't consider Suicune to be a third legendary, because it's just like, a part of another trio, you know?
Yeah.
That was before, Pokemon games were designed to have a third version, eventually. Tauros's new form is black.
Nice.
Yeah, ironic for being a bull Pokemon.
No, he's colorblind. Also, he's like me
For real.
in terms of the eyes, not skin color.
According to the leaker, Wooper and Tauros are the only two regional forms.
That's interesting.
That is not a lot.
That
If
is
it's only
interesting.
two,
Well, they're really cool though. If you look at it sideways, it's really cool.
they were just gonna scrap it all together, except for those two.
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is the worst selling Pokemon game.
Good.
Sword and Shield is the second best selling Pokemon game.
Oh,
What's
that's
your favorite
actually depressing.
What you said Black and White 2 is your favorite?
Yeah.
It's not even up here.
No, that did not do well.
Oh my god, it's not.
Be-
It's not even up here. I can't find.
Like
I'm looking on like 5 websites. I can't find it anywhere.
no, Black and White 2 came out, I think, after the 3DS came out.
Black White 2 is the best sequel Pokemon game we ever got.
It's the only sequel. I mean, technically, Gold and Silver are sequels to Red
You
and
know.
Blue.
Oh, here you go. Black and White 2 sold 8.52 million. I mean, it's still good, but
Yeah, but there's a reason they never did the sequels again.
it's
Well,
just
how much did the original Black and White do? Because I'm pretty sure it's double that.
let's see here. Let me pull it up. It is Black and White is between Ruby and Brilliant. Black and White sold 15.64 million as of 2020, from what they could tell. Sword and Shield sold 24 million, and then the best-selling one is Pokemon Red, Green, Blue. I'm assuming it's counting all versions and all
Yeah.
remakes, but 31.05.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just the red, blue, green.
It might be. It might be.
Yeah,
Well,
not the remakes.
what about yellow version? I have that one.
Oh yeah, I
Pick-
think that's counting yellow too.
The remakes are solid. I've only ever played the remakes of the first 2, and they're very solid, and they were very good. And then I jumped into Ruby and Sapphire. Was like, whatever. And then Diamond and Pearl, the best one.
Yeah, normally it's just the first generation of Pokemon tends to do better like on a console.
Yeah,
So
their hearts
so
tend to
I,
get broken.
yeah, I'm pretty sure X and Y did better than Sun and Moon. Diamond and Pearl did better than Black and White.
Oh, significantly. It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
There are 8 to 9 ancient species. Wait, the leaker replied to a person who was asking about future species, not ancient. That's the first time the leaker has mentioned future forms. We don't know if the leaker is referring to both future and ancient Pokemon as a group.
What is it like? Here's Pichu, but ancient Pichu, so he has a club or something. And then here's future Pichu with glasses. Like like what are we
He's
talking
Pika.
about?
He's Pikagar.
He's just so stupid. Oh my god, he's a rock type. all the ancients are just rock types. Rock and steel type.
Okay, this is actually interesting. There are 120 to 140 new Pokemon. This includes the ancient/future species. So that's actually a significant amount.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
I don't think we've gone above 100 new Pokemon since Generation 5. And that's the most of any generation.
Well, so far what we've seen in terms of the designs of the new Pokemon, they look good. I haven't seen one that looks bad yet. So there's a lot of hope, a lot of fan art that's going to make a lot of money off of this.
Ancient/future Pokemon species can't evolve. All gym leaders have a second job.
They don't get paid enough. It's tough. Even Nintendo won't pay them enough money.
Yeah, one is going to have an OnlyFans.
Poke fans.
Another's going to be an Uber.
That's funny.
One gym leader is a skier. Another one is a streamer.
No, Borderlands 3.
I bet you it's going to be like an e-girl.
Dude, it's gonna be so funny that they're gonna lose. Like, I'm sorry, I failed all my fans, and they're like L's in the chat, like, oh, we hate you.
Oh no!
And then someone donates $100. Oh, never mind, or 100 whatever the money's called in Pokemon.
So quirky.
I have a feeling they're gonna bitch about not having enough subs.
They're like, why can't you donate $1 if you're watching me? You have enough time to donate $1. Come on, you pig. I'm like, oh no.
Well, what if this character just suspiciously looks like a streamer that like one of the developers watches?
I want a
That's too funny.
Pokemon that's gonna look like XQC.
I love Overwatch.
What do you mean, like a big nose?
Yep, big, tall, scrawny, and acts like a fucking dumbass.
Get stalked at his house, had to move out, had to hide.
Dude, what if I show speed
No.
is the
No,
streamer gym leader?
I would laugh. I would be like, like it could be like a pun off of him or something. Oh my god, this is important.
Now,
This
does
is important.
the Nintendo Treehouse translate and localize the Pokemon games?
I have no idea how the system works.
Yeah, because I remember back in the Wii U 3DS days, they had some god awful localizations.
I know that I know one time they showed off a game I was excited for, and it was in Japanese, and they had a person there saying that this is that, so they already knew what everything was gonna be called before it got translated and stuff like that. And the person, I guess the person there, could read Japanese perfectly fine because a few times they would say what it was in Japanese, not what it was in English. But usually they're pretty clean. I think most of that stuff's pre-recorded anyway. Like they're like, no, we got to run through this 5 million times. We got to make sure all this is top notch. Make sure they pronounce the words correctly.
Yeah, because
Because none of their stuff is really live.
I remember that in Triforce Heroes on the 3DS, there was a Doge meme only in America, in the American copy, like in one of the books. So I feel like having a streamer, they the translators would just go off. There's a new samurai Pokemon.
I like this.
It's a Japanese themed bug.
It's even more.
Yeah,
I don't know if
because
I don't know if I have like a favorite bug type or Pokemon at all. So maybe this could be it.
yeah, both Gen 5 and Gen 7 have amazing bug types.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean the last samurai Pokemon we had is Samurott, and he had a new version or new form literally in Legends Arceus.
I was never more disappointed in Samurai when he first showed up. I like Oshawott, and I was just so disappointed. I'm like, I just don't like this Pokemon.
I mean, how else would it have gone?
I don't know. I like the second evolution. I don't know. I just wasn't
Then-
expecting that. I'm like, what?
I mean, all three stages of the Oshawott line is good for different reasons.
I mean, I like the one for Legends. Like that to me works. But when I first saw I mean, he's like a sword on his head. He's cool. I've never really been a fan of it. But because obviously when I played,
Right.
Legends, I chose Oshawott because I'm
Yeah.
crazy.
I think seeing the anime made me appreciate the design more because you get to see Samurott like unsheath the sword and attack with it.
It's so cool. It sounds so cool. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. The leaker is hinting that Bisharp gets an evolution, but not confirming it for now. Could it be that the samurai is actually Bisharp's evolution? The new Pokemon with a hammer is pink.
Amy Rose.
Pawn. Okay, so Pawnyard gets a new evolution, so not Bisharp. So it's gonna be a split evolution. Primeape gets an evolution. Misdreavus gets an ancient species. Delibird gets a future species.
Do you think most people watching this even know they're just googling while they watch this what is this Pokemon? Oh, okay.
I feel like to make this actually everybody's able to follow along. We might just put PNGs of Pokemon up as we're talking about them.
The Bulbapedia is where all the PNGs exist in good quality, unlike most other wikis for other franchises.
Yeah. A new ghost dog Pokemon.
I'm down for that.
A new dog or a new coin Pokemon.
Like money.
Ooh, shekel. That's what they're gonna call shekel. Shekel, shekel.
And
That's its evolution.
That's the streamer's main Pokemon.
Capitalism. Oh,
It's like one coin that goes two, then it goes like $100 bill.
a new fairy Pokemon.
Of course.
And there's a new bike Pokemon.
Oh God.
like Pokemon.
Is
You can ride
does
it.
it have to do with Joe Biden?
Joe Biken. Oh no.
I wonder if it gets defeated, it just falls on its side.
Dude, that actually be so good.
I watched like a parody video of like Pokemon. It was like Pikachu tripping acid. And he sit down in a chair. He's like, "Get off me! I'm a Pokemon, 9th generation." And it was just a chair with eyes and a mouth.
The Game of Gear podcast, Pokemon.
Is that where we're going, Manny?
I mean, this is the 9th generation of Pokemon. Okay. The old leaker claims some Pokemon mentioned by the new leaker may be cut and saved for the DLC.
Interesting.
It's reconfirmed that Tauros and Wooper are the only two regional forms for the base game. There's that qualifier for the base game. This game, I don't know. I'm starting to see some signs that this game's rushed. There are 3 new dog Pokemon, one of them being the Ghost Dog. There's 1 new Spider Pokemon line. It was teased in the first trailer.
I didn't even watch the trailer.
A quote unquote hardcore queen gets a future species.
Huh?
1 pseudo legendary gets a future species.
Ooh.
Another pseudo legendary gets an ancient species. A Generation 1 Pokemon gets a convergent species that turns it from a sea Pokemon to a ground Pokemon. So, what the fuck is a convergent species?
Maybe like maybe the past and future together, like they're converging.
There-
They
Okay.
could. I mean, that's my game. That's my Game of Gear podcast theory.
A
Sponsored by
gen
T.
A Generation 5 bug gets a future species. I bet, or actually, Lilligant got a new form in Legends Arceus. They wouldn't do her like that again. It might be a or Scolipede, maybe. I think either Leavanny or Scolipede, or actually maybe, the ant Pokemon, Durant, is that his name? All right, legendary Pokemon are getting ancient/future species, but the leaker thinks they may have been saved for the DLC. There are 2 Pokemon that get both future and ancient species. The leaker seems to imply that the ancient/future species will be treated as legendaries. Note: a previous version of the last tweet incorrectly mentioned that it was Cordon Coridon/Miradon who were getting the species in the DLC. We incorrectly assumed the leaker was referring to those, but in reality never specified. We corrected it now. Okay. All right. And let me just keep scrolling until we actually find what was it? Part 8. There we go. An existing cactus Pokemon is getting something. We don't know exactly what. That's so vague.
More horns.
So it's either Maractus or Cacturn getting
Hmm.
something. The new Pokemon with a hammer is Fairy plus another type. Volcarona. Ooh, okay, wait. Volcarona gets a future species. Or ancient. Okay, Volcarona gets an ancient species. And Gallade gets a future species.
Hmm.
Okay. Part 9. There's no breeding in these games, but
Yeah,
eggs are. Huh?
yeah. Someone said that like 4 months ago that there was no like people like, and then this came out and someone said, oh, maybe the guy might have leaked it correctly.
How are you supposed to train up competitively viable Pokemon if they can't breed?
Maybe they're getting rid of some of the stuff.
I,
They're
I,
getting rid of some of it.
okay, to be fair, Pokemon needed to streamline the competitive raising system a lot more than they have been doing. They've been on the right track with Legends Arceus, but bruh,
They
no breeding.
they could be like every Pokemon. You could do certain things that change their nature just by going through it, and then maybe you can raise their IVs and all that stuff just by with like you can keep the Pokemon you got, and you just have to do stuff with that Pokemon to raise all its stuff up. So there's no need for the breeding and stuff like that anymore.
I
They,
use my
you
belt item to make it timid.
know, give it shock
Salamence.
therapy.
Salamence gets either an ancient or future species. Okay.
Mhm.
There's a new earthworm Pokemon. There's a new ostrich Pokemon whose hairstyle reminds the leaker of Cleopatra.
Okay.
Raid battles are back, still multiplayer. New crab Pokemon. There are 3 new dog Pokemon lines that all have evolutions.
Woof, woof, woof.
Okay. And here's some small story spoilers. So skip ahead like 10 seconds if you don't want to hear that. You can't add Coridon/Miradon to your team until the final boss, even though you can ride with them earlier. You can't use your own team for the final boss.
Okay.
Okay, and end of spoilers.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Pawnyard's new split evolution may be based on the Rook. So instead of Pawnyard, it'd be like, because it's like pawn to bishop. So instead of bishop, it'll be to Rook.
Hmm.
Okay, clarification on breeding. The leaker specifically told me there's no Pokemon daycare/nursery. There's a new mechanic to get eggs.
You have to fight. You have to steal them. Stealth mode.
Steal. Or maybe that process has been streamlined. Like you can just have your Pokemon breed in the box.
Yeah.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Leaks Part 10. There's a new single stage flying/fighting type Flamingo Pokemon. There are not any new evolutionary stones. Pawmi's evolution learns a new move, a 1 PP move that revives one of your Pokemon. Welcome to Generation 9 competitive. That that sounds like a crazy move. Just revive one Pokemon. Or actually, okay, would it be a max revive or just a revive? Like, would it go all the way to max health?
Hmm.
That'd be interesting. I want to see how that goes. Okay, there's a new fire/grass Pokemon. It's not a small live Evo. Pawmi is a 3-stage Pokemon. Fuecoco's evolution will have a flame shaped like have a flame shaped like a bird on its head. The new dolphin Pokemon has a big surprise. How vague.
No.
How vague. Okay. Some of the new ancient and feature species share a mutual new ability.
Oh
The
no.
the hardcore queen previously teased to get a future species is actually Gallade. That's because the future species is actually a combination of Gardevoir and Gallade.
Of course.
Oh. Future Gallade is based on an archer. In Japanese, all future Pokemon are called something like Iron plus original species name here. So, for example, Iron Gallade, Iron Delibird, etc. Dunsparce evolution is very similar to the current Dunsparce, just bigger. That's such a Dunsparce thing.
I love
Just
Dunsparce. That
dude,
little dummy.
yeah, Dunsparce is epic. There's a new 2-stage ice Pokemon based on an icicle. There's a new 2-stage salt Pokemon. New Pokemon based on an engine. I'm assuming like a car engine or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Remember
I
they said
guess
it'd be
so.
they said it'd be like 6 new object Pokemon, like an
Yeah,
engine and a bicycle. So
yeah. Apparently, one of the feature/ancient species that have already been leaked already has both an ancient and future species. The other one that has both ancient and future is very random. Also, the old leaker is claiming that it's incorrect that no old starters are in the game. So at least one old starter is there, but they don't clarify whether they mean available in the region or only via home.
gotta pay
The
money.
money. The engine Pokemon is a 2-stage line. The Hammer Fairy Pokemon is a 2-stage line. The new leaker is now claiming that it's actually Bisharp, the one getting a new evolution, and not Pawniard getting a split evolution. So we're getting conflicting reports, I think. Okay. Confirmed, we reached the 1,000 Pokemon milestone this generation.
Oh no.
Let's go. 1,000. I don't know. It might the amount of Pokemon might catch up to One Piece episodes.
No. How could they break the guard?
Volcarona is also getting a future species. A Generation 2 Pokemon also gets both an ancient and future species.
This is what I'm the most curious about is ancient futures. That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to. That's gonna, I like Alolan variants. I like when they look different. That's cool. And if there's a lot of them in this game and they look different and types or abilities are different, then that's just super cool. Because you don't always have to make new Pokemon. You can always go back. So it's cool.
Yeah. Also, I literally keep getting Steam notifications that like your friends are playing multiverses.
Yeah.
Okay, like throughout the whole. Okay, the a pseudo legendary gets an ancient species. The older leaker mentions there's a new common rider inspired Pokemon.
Okay, I'm interested. You got me back. You brought me back.
All right, wait, did we just read part 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it? Please. Okay, we're getting to like okay, there's part 11. Okay,
How that work?
we're gonna take a
And after-
5. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Me-
gonna ask how many fucking parts does this have?
We have to be like reaching the end. Okay, it's one more part.
Oh, God.
After this, I'm taking a piss break. Then we're gonna start the actual episode because I didn't know this would go on for so long.
I mean, we couldn't tell the past, present, or future.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I probably would have just streamed this if I knew this was go on for this long.
Well, let's stop and redo it right now. Let's stream right.
No,
Pokemon.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leaks part 11. Alpha Pokemon are back. Won't be called that, but will have a similar functionality and will be related to the story. You know what? Alpha Pokemon were cool in Legends Arceus. So cool.
Yeah.
Mass outbreaks are back. Size variations from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Pokemon Legends Arceus are back. Girafarig's evolution is pure psychic.
Let's go.
There's a new beetle Pokemon. Ancient and future Pokemon have very weird names. They follow a pattern, but don't include the name of the original Pokemon. The new beetle Pokemon is based on a dung beetle and evolves once. There's a new parakeet Pokemon that's single stage. Dunsparce's evolution is pure normal type. A future species for a sumo Pokemon has been teased. The ability download has been removed because there are no Pokemon that have it. So I'm pretty sure it was Porygon Z that has download, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Porygon's not in this game. Which is weird considering a game that takes place in the past has Porygon, but not a game that takes place in the present that has both futuristic and
We're in the
Right,
wrong
right.
future, so that makes
Right.
sense.
Okay, so rest in peace, the new Dude, I'm pretty sure Dunsparce's evolution is literally just going to be a meme. It's literally just Dunsparce but bigger and still a normal type. Like
An
we're not getting the serpent, snake, dragon type. Rip all the fan artists. Okay, so that has been all of the leaks thus far.
Interesting.
Thank God.
Thank you
Yeah.
for watching the Game of Gear podcast, the Pokemon
Yeah.
edition.
I feel like just clip the like last few minutes of the last episode and be like last time on the Gamer Gear podcast.
We're running out of time, so we sped red. Any
All
final
right.
words before I kill the recording?
Yeah, Pokemon will still forever be dead to me.
That's fair.